Hello and welcome back to All About Community. When we went to break, I was talking with Kevin Jenkins. Kevin Jenkins is a candidate for the District 6, Oakland City Council. Kevin, let me ask you a question. Actually, before I do, I'm going to ask our viewers, have you noticed anything different about the studio? Well, if you have, it is because we are broadcasting from a new studio right here in Oakland at 7901 Oakport Street, right here in Oakland, 7901. And it is a beautiful scene. Don't you agree, Kevin? If you don't agree, I'm gonna hit you with a hard question.
It's wonderful. I mean, I noticed it. I'm like, the first thing I came in here, you guys are moving on up.
All right. I believe there was a program that once aired called Move It On Up to Jeffersons. Mm-hmm. Now, let's talk about what are your plans for District 6? I know there are a lot of issues in District 6.
Yeah, there's a number of issues. Underdevelopment when it comes to economic resources is a big one. There's no major grocery store in the district.
Why is that? It just seems to me that is criminal.
It does. People deserve access to quality, affordable foods. And so as a council person, I'm going to work hard to strive to attempt to bring in grocery stores to the district. Another issue is the beautification of the district. So you can go 2 or 3 blocks off of Bancroft and see mattresses,
that's
couches,
the blight and the dumping. Now, what are you going to do about that illegal dumping?
Enforcement.
Enforcement. Well, why hasn't there been enforcement over all these years? People throwing stuff out in the street, they ought to be put in jail. Well, maybe that's a little harsh. They ought to be fined.
Yeah, I mean, if you go to South San Francisco or most of the neighborhoods or most of the cities in Northern California, you see nice, clean, beautiful parks.
That's true. Why is that?
People utilizing because they don't accept it. And so
why don't they accept it? No, strike that. Why do we accept it?
I think there's so much things going on in people's lives that focusing on other aspects may be difficult at the time. But as a council member, I'd make sure that we're fighting to ensure that people are not dumping in our communities.
How do you prevent dumping in the community? What are some of the devices or methods that could be used or should be used that are so obvious that even Ray Charles could see them?
Yeah, I think you're referring to cameras.
Absolutely. Catch those suckers when they do it.
Absolutely.
It's a smile, you're on camera.
Yeah, I definitely think that's one of the ways. And here in Oakland, you'd have to go through the Privacy Commission.
Well, I don't want to deal with the Privacy Commission because I was one of the people who sat on the formation of that Privacy Commission.
Really?
Yes, indeed. Back when Jean Quan was mayor, she asked me to sit on that, and I tell you, some of the people that are on there are just interesting people. Woo!
Yeah.
Don't get me started.
So, yeah, cameras are one way through the Privacy Commission, and when you say Privacy Commission, the neighbors are like, no, we have couches, mattresses here. Our children have to walk over urine and feces to get to school, and what happens when you normalize that in a child's brain? Right. And we shouldn't be normalizing that. And a method to get rid of it is somebody dumps, get it out of the way right away.
Somebody dumps, hold them accountable for that dumping by way of a camera, and then get it out of there right away.
Yeah, if you get it out of there right away, if people see a spot where there are mattresses and couches and trash, they're going to think that it's okay to dump there. Right? So we got to make sure that the hot spots, we're taking care of the hot spots, making sure that we're enforcing and education.
Why do people come to Oakland and, I know you said it's enforcement, but why is it that lack of enforcement that goes on and on year after year after year?
I really don't know. I'd probably be in a different position if I knew why people were coming in and dumping here in Oakland, but we just had to I think we just have to take a stand and say it's not happening in our community anymore. We're not going to accept you dumping over here. I drive up Piedmont Avenue frequently.
Right.
There's no catches.
Well, we could also say if you want to dump, go to Piedmont. Dump in Piedmont.
Yeah.
But we know what happened. They go to dump in Piedmont. They're going to jail. Or they're going to be fined so heavily they wish they were in jail.
Yeah, the neighbors aren't going to have it.
They're not going to accept it.
And we're going to have to do a better job of organizing as a community and saying that this isn't acceptable.
You mentioned that grocery stores were very important, and they are. Other issues in the community that you would like to tackle?
Absolutely. Small retail. There's a lack of small retail, and there's a number of beautiful places that are in the district. You have Melrose, Bancroft Avenue as well has the potential to support small retail. International Boulevard, and in the Mills area. So there's opportunity.
That's the Mills College.
Area. Around Mills College, right? So there's opportunity for small retail. We have to invest in small retail and make sure that people know that if you do business in these areas that you will be supported. There's a need for it, and I think that's another thing that we have to focus on.
Invest in small businesses in our communities. Investing in those businesses, very important. Not only investing, but supporting small businesses. Very important. Don't touch that remote. We got to go to break. We will be right back with All About Community. Again, my name is RLHarris. I am your host, and we are talking with Kevin Jenkins, who is a candidate for the Oakland City Council, District 6. We'll be right back.